Well, hey there, Mr. Nelson. Good morning. And we're working on our secret box again today. So I'm going to flip the screen down so you can see what's going on with our box, but good to see you. And there we go. All right. So we have our box here today. We also have our bottom piece. We're going to work on putting our bottom piece in place. Then we have our hammer for our tool. We have a tape measure. We always need a tape measure. We also always need a pencil. We're going to be using 6 nails today. And then lastly, I don't know if you noticed, but I have my safety glasses on, which I always have my safety glasses on when I'm working here in the shop. All right, so I'm going to flip our box over. It's looking pretty good so far. We have our nails in here, and then we have our nails on the side here, and they're all evenly spaced out. That looks great. Then we have our bottom support pieces in here to hold up our secret bottom. And then this is where the bottom of our box fits in. It's in there nice and flush along the edges. Have a little bit of a gap there, but that's okay. So this is where our bottom's going to fit in. I'm going to take our bottom out right now, first off, and I'm going to do just a couple little marks on here so I get my nails in. I want them all to be nice and evenly spaced out. So I'm going to put in, we're going to put some nails in, and I want it to go right in the center here. And that's 4.5, so I'm going to put a nail right in this area here. And then since I remember what that measurement is, I'm going to do the same here. Then on the sides here, we're going to go in. This is 8 inches long. So we're going to go in here 2.5 inches on this side. We're going to go in here 2.5 inches on this side. We're going to go 2.5 inches on this side. And we're going to go 2.5 inches on this side. So 2.5 from each of the edges, and then this is just in the center. Now, when I'm looking at my bottom here, this dado that we have here, this is 3/4 of an inch thick material, and the dado is half of this material, the thickness. So that lip that this is sitting on is 3/8 of an inch. Now, remember when we put our nails in the edge there, we came in 3/8 of an inch so that it went in the center of our material right here. Those nails right there line up with the center of our material there. But on this, we just have that small lip that we're trying to get it into. So for these, I'm going to want to come in even closer. I'm going to want to come in about 1/4 of an inch is where I'm going to start. Remember I told you the little trick on the last one? I can start right there and make a mark there. And so the same thing here. I'm just going to make a little mark there. And then another mark here. Another mark here. Just coming in 1/4 of an inch on all these marks. There we go. So I have those marked off. Now I want to start these. It's going to be easier for me to start it here as opposed to being on top there. So I'm going to start these down here. And I'm actually going to go in just a little bit from that mark. And I'm also going to go at a very slight angle. So if you notice, that's at a slight angle there going in that way, tilting in that way. And do the same here. Put this one in, and we're going to go at a slight, ever so slight angle. And once we start getting this together, I think you're going to understand why I have this at a slight angle. Again, I'm just getting these started. I don't want to go in too deep, because if I go too deep, then I'm going to be pounding into my bench top. Don't want to pound into my bench top. This particular project, you do get a lot of practice with nailing. And our final one. Oh, by the way, make sure that you're using the 1.5 or 1.25 nails, not your 4 last 1-inch nails. Those 4 1-inch nails are for attaching your top pieces together. So don't be using those inch-long nails. Now, I have this all set. All I need to do now is put this in place. So I have this set down. Now I'm ready to start nailing. Now, we have just 3/8 of an inch right there. This is about 1/4 of an inch. We're going to have this go at a slight angle going in there so that it hits this part and doesn't start coming out that side right there. And we have enough material that I know that we're not going to be coming out on that side. So I'm just going to start by going down. And let's get the other end going here. Going down. Going down. Down. Oops. Nope. There we go. I just bent that back in. So we're able to take that in. Whoops. Same thing twice. Oh. Okay, just straighten it out. It's okay. All right. Have those in there nice. Now I'm going to flip it over. And I didn't get any of the pop through, which is good. So now, just want to make sure those are patted down enough so that when I rub my hand across there, that I don't have any problems with the nails all sticking up. All right. Now, if you do get one that's popping through there, if you notice it early enough, you may be able to knock it down with your hammer. It's going to be tough to get your hammer in there. Honestly, my suggestion for you would be, if you do get one that pops through on the side there, turning it over and just nailing it against the side as best as possible if it's in the way, if you can do that. The problem, though, may be when you put your bottom in there that your bottom won't fit in there properly. So it may be that we have to get something in there to try to pull that one out if you have a pair of pliers at home. So that so far we're going to get today is just by putting the bottom piece in, making sure that you're careful, making sure you have your measurements correct, and then once you're done, that it's nice and smooth here on the bottom. Before we get going into the top, we're going to spend some time doing some sanding. Sanding up our marks that we have here, making sure it's nice and smooth here, sanding our sides over here, and then also making sure that we break all our edges. So we'll be spending some time over the next couple of days sanding before we work on our top.